There are two different kinds of chefs or cooks, and you've probably dealt with both of them or seen both types. If you want to have your own personal chef business, you're going to want to decide which one you're going to be. Now, this is something that will flavor, if you will, your business, your client relationships, really your whole experience of having your own personal chef business. Hey there, Chef Shelby here. This channel is for passionate home cooks who want to get paid to do what they love. I've had a successful personal chef business for over 15 years, and when I'm not cooking for my own clients, I help passionate cooks like you start your own business so that you can get paid to do what you love. And if that's something you're interested in, be sure to subscribe and hit that little bell so you never miss a video. So let's talk about the choice here, the deciding what type of cook, what kind of personal chef, what kind of business owner you want to be. So the first type is someone you might have had experience, if not on TV, then maybe online, maybe even in person if you've worked in hospitality. These are the people who, and there's just really no nice way to say this, so let's just say are assholes. And it's in all different aspects, really. Everything from the guy in the Facebook group who, when someone new is reaching out for help, I hate this, and they have a question, and this guy has to be a dick. For whatever reason, he can't just scroll on by or not say anything. He definitely can't not say anything, let alone say anything nice. He's the one who, has to comment anything from, don't get into this business, it sucks, or you don't know what you're doing, or that's not how you should be doing it, or don't be an idiot, or even worse things than that. So that's the kind of guy who, if he's the chef and you ever worked in a restaurant, he's arrogant, he's yelling at people, he might even be rude to customers who, God forbid, ask for a change on the plate or whatever. He's basically a jerk. He makes people feel like crap. So honestly, I have no idea why people think that this works as any type of personality strategy, but you see it all the time in chefs, am I right? And it's really fascinating because if you know anything about psychology, and it's not like I have a degree in psychology, but I've certainly witnessed this enough to know it's true. People that are arrogant like this are actually covering up deep-seated insecurities, because when you're really confident, you don't need to yell, you don't need to put people down, you don't need to try to make yourself look better by doing it. Now, I know this isn't something that you might think about, like nobody ever thinks they want to be this chef, no one ever chooses it. Maybe you're thinking, I'm not like that, I'm not arrogant, I don't yell, I don't treat people like crap, I would never do that. But there's another kind of level to this for cooks and chefs that's similar, but not as extreme. And that's the kind that thinks that they are an island. It is all about them and only them. And if they don't take care of themselves, sometimes at the expense of other people, that they're not going to make it in their business. A lot of times this shows up as being clutchy or graspy with information. And it's actually a super difficult place to try and get clients from. So this is the kind of cook who goes to your Facebook posts and will read a post where someone's talking about getting a new client or a big catering job or huge opportunity, and they will immediately get jealous and envious. They'll start thinking, why aren't I getting that? I'm a better cook than they are. Or even worse, they'll look through the other person's profile and business and be judgy and negative, really to justify why the person who had the success didn't deserve it. And again, it's to try and make themselves feel better. At the most base, you'll see this person be the kind of person that would never help another chef out. They're threatened when someone is starting their business. They would never give someone a recipe if asked. And that specific example makes me laugh the most. Whatever recipe they have that they've come up with or adapted from somewhere else or torn out of the magazine or whatever, if it's their signature dish or something they take to parties, if someone asks if they could have the recipe because they love the dish so much, it is a hard no. So I'm always kind of curious, like, what do they think is going to happen if they share a recipe? Is it the recipe or even the specialty or the signature dish that makes them who they are as a chef? Like, at the most base level, is it who they are themselves? Like, is someone going to take it? Oh, this is another good one. And they're going to take that recipe and they're going to open a restaurant serving it and they're going to make millions. I mean, honestly, is this taking something away from them? Is that what they're going to do? They want to take this proprietary recipe and open a restaurant with it? I mean, even the top chain restaurants that make the most money have copycat recipes all over the internet. And is it really cutting into their business? Does anyone think, I know, I'm going to stay home and make this and save myself $15 instead of going to the Cheesecake Factory and that'll show them? Then I'll invest the $15. I'll retire early. Ha ha. I mean, really? No. You still love going to the Cheesecake Factory, and if anything, making the dish at home yourself never tastes the same as being there. Because at the end of the day, we all know that going to a restaurant is about so much more than just that dish, right? It's the ambiance, it's the people you're with, it's the whole experience. But anyway, back to recipe sharing. So just think about these questions. If someone asks you to share a recipe, do you? If someone asks you how you got your last personal chef client, would you tell them the details? Or when you think about that, do you feel like it takes something away from you, that you're going to lose something if you share this information with them? So you see this all the time. There are clutchy personal chefs who aren't as successful as generous personal chefs. It's really interesting. You've probably heard about manifesting and abundance and gratitude. Drop a comment if you've heard about those or if you follow them and if you work on it yourself, any of those practices. But just in general, even if you haven't, think about how do you want to be with your business, with your peers, with your clients, and just be mindful of the choice that you're making. Because truly, whatever you're putting out there to other people is exactly what's going to come back to you in your personal chef business.